All right, so welcome in, everybody. Today is Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. So I just want to start by wishing you all a super happy and healthy Thanksgiving. Hopefully, you guys were able to watch the group call, what I did at the beginning of November on the holidays, because there was a lot of helpful tips. And I'll probably throw some of that at you today as well, during this presentation, just because it applies. It starts tomorrow. So. Anyway, I will go ahead and get started here. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. We got more people joining. All right, so welcome in, welcome in. Got a few more people joining, so I'm glad you guys could join. Glad you're here. So I'm working on a 3-part fitness series. Last week was physical fitness. So if you're wondering where to start with exercise, definitely catch last week's. I broke down all the different modalities and why each of them is super important, what each thing brings to the table. And they all bring something a little different. So be sure to catch that. This week, we're talking about mental fitness. And what I mean by that is just the mindset, because we can be human doings, but we got to be human beings. And so it's all about how we think and how we feel and all the things that we attach mentally to the process of going through this, which is why if we don't get the right thought process going, we can start a program, something like this, or maybe it's starting anything, a business, cleaning and the garage, anything. And then halfway through, we go, well, I don't feel like doing it anymore. And we go back to our old ways and we drop out. So that's my goal for you today, is to get some tips and tricks and things to do so that you can stay the course and stay in it mentally, because that's your best piece of fitness equipment is right between your ears, truly. And that was my story, really, in the beginning when I had my gym and I was losing money, and I brought in this program, and it was designed to sell fat inhibitors and carb blockers and snacks and protein pretzels and all that kind of stuff. And I couldn't afford to get into my own inventory. So I just followed the food plan, and I learned all about the glycemic index. And then that's kind of where I lost my weight. And I thought, oh, this is so wonderful. I got to write a book. So I wrote my first book, and then I was thinking, why is this time different? Why is this time so different? Because this time I had lost the weight, but I kept it off. I mean, so many people come through this program a couple of times because they lose the weight and they bring it back. And so that's why I really harp as much as I can on the mindset piece of it, because once you get your thought process in the right direction, and we give different meanings to the foods, and we give different emotions to this process, it's going to help you stay the course. So that's really why I wanted to bring this piece to you guys today. All right, so today we got some shout outs. We're going to talk about what fitness is, the stages of success, the success principles, the success formula. We'll do a little recap, and then we'll be open for Q&A. So if you want to grab a pen and either write your questions down. Again, it's a small group today, so feel free to unmute yourself and interrupt me, because that doesn't work in a large group, but there's only a few of you here. So ask away. I'm all for it. So let's start with some shout outs. We've got Stacy. She's down almost 30 pounds, and she said her energy has never been better, and she's just about finishing up. She said her gas and her bloating is gone, which is something that she's had for many, 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 many years. So she is thrilled. Linda just sent me a text message this week, and she said she's down 70 pounds. So go, Linda. That's awesome. Sarah's down 15 pounds already. And she told me that when people would look at her, they would look at her stomach and not really look at her, because her stomach was so distended. And she's down 15 pounds and her stomach is flatter. her stomach is going in. And I got to say, that was one of the side effects I had when I did the actual cleanse. I wasn't trying to lose the weight, but my tummy was quite distended and it went flat after that cleanse. So hang in there, guys. I know it's not always fun and puppies and sunshine, but hang in there because it's definitely worth it. Tim, I just spoke with Tim yesterday. His cholesterol is down. His triglycerides went from 167 to 89, which is fabulous. His LDL cholesterol was at 151 and it went to 112. So he is, and he lost some weight too. He's right where he wants to be weight-wise. So he did a great job. Congratulations to you, Tim. And then some welcomes. We've got Sherry, Megan, Elizabeth, Karen, Nicole, Denise, Esther, Barbara, Pam, Marie, Sarah, two Melissas, Mitzi, Wendy, Jackie, Lisa, Burby, Sandra, and Angela. So welcome into all my new people. I hope you're on this call today, but if not, I hope you're listening to the recording. So let's just go ahead and dive right in. How fit are you? So, like I said, we've got physical fitness, mental fitness, spiritual fitness, and financial fitness. Last week, again, as I mentioned, we talked about physical fitness, and it was primarily all on the exercise. I did go into the nutrition a little bit, but be sure to catch that one. It's really important that you understand why you're doing what exercises you're doing. If you're just kind of randomly going through the gym, and I've seen it as a personal trainer, and I'd see new people come in and join the gym, and I'd see them look right and they'd look left, and then either hit straight for a treadmill, or I'd see them go over there and do some bicep curls, which is fine, nothing wrong with those things. But if you understand why you're doing what you're doing, you're gonna be doing a whole lot of different things, and you'll get a whole lot of different results. The mental fitness, which is what we're going to dive into today, it's all about mindset. Boy, a bunch of people are joining. So I'm so happy you guys are all here. That's awesome. Next week, we'll be going into spiritual fitness. I know that may or may not make sense why that would be in this program, but trust me, it affects your physical fitness. So I will make that all make sense next week. So don't miss next week. It's not a religious in any way, shape, or form. It's not that. It's not what I'm talking about. So just join because that one's really, really important for your physical fitness and mental fitness, probably. Then financial fitness. Guess what? I will not be talking to you guys about financial fitness. Those are the kinds of courses I'm taking. You guys are taking this course, which is also about health and wellness and health fitness and physical fitness, all that. I take courses on financial fitness. So, it's nothing wrong with taking a class. If we're not doing as well in an area that we feel like we should be doing better in, I am all for taking classes, and I'm the course queen. I'm always signing up for the next latest and greatest course on, and it's usually financial or money or something like that. So anyways, I'm glad you guys are all here, but this is kind of stuff we'll be talking about today. All right, so the first one is taking responsibility. So these are going to be some of the success principles. In the agenda, I'm going out of order, but I made it made more sense. So the first one is taking responsibility. So obviously, there's a lot of things that we have no control over. There's certain hormones we have no control over. There's certain illnesses we have no control over. But there's a lot of things that we do have control over. We have control over how we move our body to some level and whatever we're capable of. We have control over what we put in our mouth for the most part. We should have control over what we say. We should have control over what we think. And that's the hard part, although I'll be diving into that today some more. But understanding that your current condition is a result of your past thinking. And it's not about your future thinking. Your future thinking can shift your results. So E plus R equals O. So the event plus your response equals your outcome. So what does that even mean? So, okay, so it's tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so let's talk about that. So your event might be a Thanksgiving dinner or feast or party or however you want to look at that. But so here's the event. We've got Thanksgiving. Your response could be, well, it's Thanksgiving, have at it. Let me go for it. I have my pie, I have my stuffing, there's those mashed potatoes, there's my favorite dinner rolls, there's eggnog with maybe throw a little bourbon in it. We've got those little hors d'oeuvres, we've got those little chocolate candies. Oh, don't forget the pumpkin pie and the apple cider and all of the stuff in between. That could be your response, but you are going to have a different outcome versus having the same event. And your response is to choose to load your plate up with the proteins and the vegetables, load up on the turkey. We're recommending you don't have pork, but if ham is the one being served, if you're putting some lean ham on your plate, nobody's going to be mad at that. It's a good lean protein. It's not going to take you off track as far as your gut health. Trying to get some vegetables to fill up your plate. That could be a good response because now there's no room for stuffing or mashed potatoes or dinner rolls or whatever, those things that will take you. Another response would be to bring a side dish or side dishes of things that you can eat. That could be a response. Another response would be setting yourself personal limits. Like, okay, I'll have one glass of champagne, or I'll have one bite of one of the things that I'm not supposed to have, but I'll just have the smallest portion, but limit it to that one thing. So choose wisely. Your response could be any of those things or all of those things. Your response could be, I'm going to drink water instead of wine, or sparkling water instead of wine. So the response, obviously, these last few responses, your outcome is going to be quite a bit different. It takes 3,500 calories to gain a pound. And you can easily on Thanksgiving put 3,500 calories in with just your eggnog with bourbon in it is almost 400 calories for one. So, and your pumpkin pie is 300 to 500 calories, depending on the pies. The pecan pie is going to be closer to 500. All the gravies with all that fat, the stuffings, everything adds up, and it can add up pretty quick. So your response really does matter to what your outcome is. So, well, let me just leave that there. So event plus your response will equal your outcome. But if you understand you have full responsibility for what you put in your mouth and how you handle this event, it's very empowering. I feel like it's empowering. It feels hard because now it's up to me. Now it's on my shoulders. But guess what? My health and wellness is not on somebody else's control. It's in my control. And if you kind of have that mindset, that might help. But practicing or having a plan in place of what your response is going to be will set you up for a win tomorrow or the next few days, whenever you have your celebration. Oh boy, identity. We went over this a bit yesterday. How do you finish the sentence, I am? So the way Tony Robbins says, the need to be congruent, or the need to be consistent with who you think you are, is the strongest force in the human personality. Or actually, I said that backwards. The strongest force in the human personality is the need to be consistent with who you think you are. That's how it goes. But it's who we think we are, what we think we're capable, how you finish the sentence, I am. So for me, in my past, as a chubby Italian girl, that was just who I thought I am. I am Italian. And so with that, the association I put with that was, well, all of my Italian relatives were barrel shaped. So I'm supposed to be a barrel shape. I'm supposed to have a big middle section. And so I just thought that was my normal. That's who I am. And shifting your identity. So as you come along in this process, saying things like, I am making better choices today, because you can't start with I am fit or I am healthy if you know those things aren't true. You know you're taking a lot of medications for your diabetes and your heart disease and your cholesterol or whatever the case may be. If you know those things are true and you say, I am healthy, your conscious mind says that's not true and you're not going to believe it. But if you got to put your sentence as something that is true. I am making healthier choices every day, or every day I'm making better and better choices. So shifting your identity is huge. Your identity is basically like a thermostat. So whatever it's set at. So if you're set at a certain, say, a weight, if weight loss is why you're here, and say, let's just call it 150, just for a round number. Like some of us, we'll gain a little bit of weight, we'll lose a little bit of weight, but we always end up back to where the thermostat is set. So we got to start raising our standards and setting our thermostat high. And it starts with the I ams. I am making better choices. And another way to change that thermostat, and I've talked about this before in some of the other mindset ones, but this is important, is writing gratitudes at the end of the day for everything that went well, or everything that you did right, or everything that you did toward reaching your goal, or everything that you did that was compliant to this program, whether it was food, meal prep, meal plan, or tracking your food or exercise. If you write down 3 or 5, or give yourself kind of a minimum number at the end of every day, I made a good breakfast choice, I made a good lunch choice, and when I went out to dinner with my girlfriends, I told the server not to bring me the baked potato, I had him bring me extra vegetables. I signed up for a personal trainer, or I did my workout this morning in module 5. Whatever it is, every day, if you look at all the things that you did towards your goal, you start to reinforce your subconscious mind, your identity of who you think you are and who you are becoming, because it's proof. It's actual proof. You were the one who wrote it down, but you were also the one who did those things. So you're literally proving to your subconscious mind that you are becoming that healthier person. It's not about the destination, it's who you become in that process. So if you have 50 pounds to lose, that's great. You lose your 50 pounds, you hit your goal. And Doc, years ago, when I first started with him, he said, anybody can lose 50 pounds, but until they can keep it off a year, they don't get to own it. And I thought, wow, and I thought that was really weird, because he really is a kind soul. Like his heart is in absolutely the right place. He wants to put the hospitals out of business. He's actually said that. And I think on some level, he believes he's going to do that. So, and that's true. And, because the healthcare system is absolutely broken. They're trying to feed us a bunch of big pharma, and really your medicine is your food. But what he was saying was, if you can keep it off for a year, you have become the fit person, because now these are your habits. These are your new normals. You do meal prep every Sunday. You do grocery shop every Saturday. I'm making up these days and times, but you have your routines. You have become the fit or healthier person. So your identity is absolutely a huge piece of the mindset part of getting and staying fit. Here it is. I forgot I even had it on there. The strongest force in the human personality is the need to stay consistent with who you think you are. And so I forgot I even had that on the PowerPoint. So there it is. All right. So this next one, so here. So what in the world could this possibly mean? 99% is hard, 100% is easy. Any guesses? What I mean by that, I'm not sure where I picked that up or where I heard that. It might even have been in the Atomic Habits book. I forget which book, but either way, what the point of this is, if you tell me, I'm going to try this program, I'm going to try my best, I'm gonna do what I can. And I would say that you're going in with one big toe touching the water. Well, maybe I'll see. I would say, let's switch that, switch your mindset a little bit. You got to go all in. And that's why I put the chips here. You just take those chips, put them all in, go, I'm all in on my health. So it's not about trying the program. You're doing the program. You're becoming the program. This is who you are being. This is becoming your new identity. I am becoming a healthy person. So I would say try to get out of your chair that you're sitting in. You're either going to get out of that chair or you're not, right? And you can make a decision. Well, it might be an effort. My legs are hurting. My knees are bothering me. We can have all the different excuses. And obviously you have limits. That's what I'm here for, to help you work them out or work through them, or well, let's find out what we can do. Well, what can we do? What kind of exercises can we do? Oh, I don't like those foods, okay, what foods do you like? What can we eat? I'm allergic to this, that, and the other thing. All right, what can you eat? So together, you and I can brainstorm and figure out a way to make it happen. But I would say with your heart and with your soul and with every fiber of any enthusiasm that you can muster up, go all in. And now it becomes easy, because once you've done that, you have eliminated any chance for failure, because I'm doing it. I am, it's like a decision has been made. And that comes from Think and Grow Rich. Just making a decision is one of the first steps. And once you fully 100% decide, I'm doing this, you're going all in, you will see the results. You will get what you want. And it's not going to go as fast as you want. I can promise you that. Almost probably 100% of my clients at some point said, gosh, I thought this was going to go faster. Say, well, we didn't get blood pressure overnight. We didn't get diabetes overnight. We didn't get 50 pounds overnight. It's going to take some time. And it depends on how far along you are, closer to diabetes, or maybe you're just getting started. So some of you are going to have an easier or more difficult time. But if you just go all in, follow the rules, I know it's holiday season, but there's a lot of things that you can have that will feel still like Thanksgiving. So that's my advice. Go all in 100%. All right, let me move this thing over here. All right, so justice. I like this one because I hear this a lot and I've done it. I'm the queen of this one. So, okay, so Thanksgiving happens, or, my birthday was this last Friday. And yeah, I had a couple things I probably shouldn't have. But the point of this particular success principle, and what I mean by this is, all right, so I had a cookie. Maybe I had, because someone brought cupcakes to my dance event last Sunday. And did I have some of that cupcake? Yeah, I did. But what I'm trying to say here is, if you do go off track, and I'm not encouraging it, but I'm just stating, if you do go off track and you had a little pumpkin pie, or there was a little whipped cream or something like that, okay, you feel a bit of guilt, okay? But what my suggestion here is, use guilt. And as Tony Robbins, I don't know why I'm on a Tony Robbins kick today, but as Tony Robbins would say, dance with it. Dance with that guilt. In other words, okay, guilt is, use it in the sense that, okay, it's telling me I'm off track. It's telling me I made a mistake. That's all the guilt is doing. So when I get the guilt, that just says, okay, correct your course, get back on the course, go right back and do the deal. Don't just stay off course and go, well, I already ate the cookie, I might as well eat this, and I might as well, yeah, and I'll start next Monday. And how many times did next Monday start? So the guilt, feel that guilt, use it to get back on track, but punish yourself one time. If you get a speeding ticket, or you break the law somehow, you get punished, you pay your fine, you go to jail, you do the thing, you get punished once. You don't get punished over and over and over again. And I hear my clients say, oh but I ate the cookie, and I fill in the blank. Cookie may not be a thing for you, but you know what your own kryptonite is. If you ate the thing, okay, punish yourself once. Okay, I recognize it. I ate the thing. I feel bad. Remember that you feel bad. So it's a reminder. I don't want to feel like that next time when I see those cookies. Someone's in the chat. Yes, you are being realistic regarding the seasons of the lots of foods. Yes. Yeah, it is the season for parties. So, but again, if we do go off and eat something we're not supposed to eat, punish yourself once. Don't let that guilt ruin your day because, and I'll talk about the vibration of guilt in a few minutes as well. So let's move on from that. Persistence. Persistence is key. I had a lady who she got on this program, she was losing weight, and then she stopped losing weight. And she, God bless her soul, because I've seen discouragement take people out. And after a couple of weeks of no movement on the scale, I've seen people just want to quit. They don't want to do it anymore. It's hard not to eat the Thanksgiving and hard not to have the holiday food when nothing seems to be working. I hear I'm giving up all my favorite stuff and it's not working. Well, this woman, bless her, she stayed the course for an entire month. And then at the end of that month, then her weight started dropping again. And then she actually hit her goal. And she reached back out to me later. She's long since been through the course or through this program, but she's stuck with it. So I'm going to show you, yeah, don't accept defeat. Never give up. I'm going to show you guys, here, I'll just show it to you now. Move this up. The cycle of success. All right, so here's the cycle. So we've got the first piece, just like y'all, the reason you guys all signed up for this program, how'd you feel? You were excited. So the first piece is you are in the uninformed optimism. You are just excited. I'm so excited. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I don't know what I have to do. I don't care what I have to do. I liked what Dr. Infantino had to say. It all made sense. I finally feel hopeful. I am super excited. I have no idea what's in store for me, but I'm going to do the thing. And then you start doing the thing, step 2, and you're like, oh, I have to count calories. Oh, I can't eat ice cream. Oh, pumpkin pie is off the menu. Or, it's like, and I wrote stuck for second one. Doesn't necessarily mean you're stuck, but you start to realize it's not so simple, or you're not so flying high on basically a little high up here in step 1. But now you have a little bit of informed pessimism. Like, this is not as easy as I thought it was going to be. Then step 3 is called the valley of despair. And that's at your lowest low, like, oh man, just like that lady, the scale hasn't moved for a couple of weeks. I'm tired of giving up my favorite stuff. I've got this party coming up. And this, unfortunately, step 3 is where people quit. Not everybody gets out of step 3. It's unfortunately. And here's the thing with step 3, is what happens is we quit. Those who quit, that's why I said persistence is so important. But those who quit, they quit. And then all of a sudden they're like, damn, I really wanted that result. I really, really wanted that result. I really wanted to lose the weight. I really wanted to get off the metformin or the insulin or the blood pressure or whatever. God, I really wanted to lose this weight. I've got a reunion coming up. I got my health to think about. The problem is we get into the valley of despair, we quit. Then along comes a shiny new object, another program, another personal trainer, another Nutrisystem, another whatever. And we go right back to step 1. We don't know what this new person's going to give us, but we go through this cycle and we go step 1, 2, 3, step 1, 2, 3, step 1, 2, 3. If you just hang in there, please hang in there, and you stay connected with your coach, all of a sudden you get with me and you're like, yeah, I'm kind of discouraged. It's not moving as fast as and you have that discouragement. Come to me. This is what I'm for. That's the purpose of me for you guys. And I am going to remind you, yeah, it's hard. Of course it's hard. This is not your your comfort zone. This is not your old normal. This is a new normal, but look, you've already lost 15 pounds. Look, you've already lowered your blood pressure medication. You already told me your A1C is down. And you're like, oh, that's true. I have lost the weight. My pants do fit better. I am lowering my blood pressure. Oh, this is step 4. This is called informed optimism. Now it's like, oh, it is working. I'm not loving this process, but it is working. And then eventually you stick with it, stick with it, stick with it, and you end up reaching your goals. So that is the cycle of success. Lynn says, Tam helped me yesterday. I felt very discouraged. Oh, you're welcome. That's what connecting with me is so important. And a lot of you guys don't book your calls with me and use them. That's all I can say is use them, because I will remind you that you are doing better than you think. Someone else said, oh, I'm doing terrible. And I said, girl, you lost 3 pounds in a week. Guess what? 1 to 2 pounds in a week is ambitious. And this particular lady thought she was doing terrible, and she lost 3 pounds in a week. So you may not even realize how good you're doing. But again, hang in there, hang in there, hang in there. Someone else says, yes, I got through 2 weeks of no weight loss, and the last 2 days started losing again. See, hanging in there. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. For whatever reason, my eyesight I had a birthday and my eyeballs caught on that I got old yesterday or last Friday. And now I'm kind of having to wear these glasses. All right. So anyways, hope that makes sense. So do not give up, and do make your appointments with me if you are doing the coaching. Oh, thank you, Iris. She said happy birthday. All right. So stay persistent. All right, so you guys should know the success formula. It's in module 2 in the course. First step is decide what you want. You pick one thing. I mean, if we're trying to start a business and taking care of parents, I mean, I understand everybody has lives, but this does take some energy and some effort. So pick the thing that you want. And really, like I said, go all in with your heart and soul, but be very specific. Give it details as to what it is that you want. And I usually say step 1, decide what you want and write it out. Write it out as your vision and write it out as if it's already happened. Like, I am so happy and grateful now that I've lost those 40 pounds. I'm fitting into my favorite jeans I never thought I'd fit into again. And it feels so amazing. My confidence level is up. I have more energy. I can play with my kids and my grandkids. And just the looks in their eyes when we're playing hide and go seek brings so much joy to my heart. I'm off my blood pressure medication. My A1C is down. I feel amazing. My energy levels are up. Write it out as if it's already happened. Step 2 is visualize it. What does that look like? See those grandkids. See yourself in the mirror zipping up those favorite jeans, or maybe it's that little black dress, or that business suit that you feel so confident in, or that you used to feel confident in when you give a presentation. What does that look like? What color is that suit? What color is the bathing suit? What are you doing if you have all this extra energy? Are you ziplining with your family? Are you hiking with your friends? Are you bonding with people that you love, doing activities that you couldn't do before? What does it look like? And a really, really, really important piece of that puzzle is feel the feelings. How good does it feel? What is your heart like? You might feel a tickle in your belly. What does it feel like physically? Where does the joy land? For me, when I think about the joy, I get a tickle in my tummy. You might have a warmth in your heart. You might just feel like you're vibrating on a higher level. So this is what draws the results to you. It's part of the manifestation process. If you see it and feel it, and repetition is the mother of mastery. So if you see it and feel it, and see it and feel it, and see it and feel it over and over and over again, the subconscious mind does not know real from imagined. So it will automatically believe it. So like I said in the beginning, like when we're doing our affirmations or I ams, if you say I am fit or I am healthy while you're taking your, blood pressure medication and your diabetes medication, you're not going to believe it. But if you see it in your mind's eye and you feel it, your subconscious mind will believe it. And it doesn't like to be wrong. It likes to be right. So it will go out and make things happen. You will start to see things that you wouldn't normally see. Because you see it and feel it and see it and feel it, it activates what's called the reticular activating system in the brain, which is your filter of what you see. So there's a million things outside. When I look outside, I'm at home, so I see houses, I see people's front yards, I see the trees, I see the bushes, I see some cars. But we're all going to see something different based on what we think is important. And if I see and feel it of the thing I'm trying to manifest or create, my reticular activating system will allow certain things in. So now when you drive down the street, you see a health food store. You might have never noticed that before. Oh, natural grocers. I never noticed that. Oh, Whole Foods is right there. Oh, Sprouts. That's a good healthy store. You may have never noticed those before. But now because you see it, feel it, and your subconscious mind believes it, it's trained. It's literally training your subconscious mind to be able to see those things. I call those opportunities. So you see the health food store. You see those workout shoes on sale. You never would have seen that ad. Your brain just wouldn't have seen it. You see, oh, there's a yoga studio going right up next door to my grocery store. Or you see an ad for a gym membership, 2 weeks for free. You never would have normally seen that had you not practiced seeing it and feeling it in your mind. It's just, you never would have noticed it before. When you're looking at stuff in the grocery store and it says something like low glycemic or no sugar added, boom, those are buzzwords that you're like, now we're seeing those things everywhere. Never before this program did we notice that kind of stuff. So the believe it part will come naturally if you practice your see it, feel it. And then the last piece of the puzzle and the success formula is take the action. So if I see a health food store that I never noticed before, turn in, pull in, go in the store, see what they have. Maybe it's a store you've never been in before. I've only been in natural grocers once because it's not near me. But when I finally went, but that sort of stuff does catch my eye because it is my reticular activating system knows. It catches my eye. So the action would be go into the store or go into that yoga studio and see what they're offering. Maybe they'll offer you a 3-day pass or go into that new gym that you just fitness studio, whatever. Whoop, I never would have noticed that before. Now I see it. See what they're offering. See what they'll allow you to do for free. Or you see an ad for a personal trainer or a free session. Go for it. Take the action. Inquire. At least find out how much is it? What is it involved? Get more information. Or maybe start looking on the internet for a fitness studio near you. Taking action is key, but practicing it, you see it, feel it, you will be shown opportunities to take those actions. So I hope that makes sense. All right, so let's recap. Number one is taking 100% responsibility for your own health and wellness. It's not up to the hostess of the Thanksgiving party tomorrow. It's up to you. Just practicing your events and your response to those events. It's your responsibility to respond accordingly, to maintain. If you practice in your mind what you're going to do when you get there, if you practice in your mind what limitations or what you might allow, maybe a little something, and stick to your own personal limits or rules, your outcome will be very, very different than if you just go have at it. It's Halloween. It's Thanksgiving. Let's go for it. That's how we used to do things before, but that never served us. So shifting your identity, practicing your gratitudes for yourself, so that you really can reinforce the fact that you are becoming a fit person, raising your own standards, raising your own thermostat to, you've been stuck at 150, 150. Set your mind, set your success formula. I want to be at 140. That's it. I'm going for 140. What does that feel like? What does that look like? See it, feel it, and you will eventually get there. Going in 100%, go all in. Don't try the program, do the program. Number 4, justice. If you feel guilty about something, great, fine. You can't uneat it. You just can't. You just can't. So let the guilt be a guide, not a hindrance. Let's see. And then the success formula, figure it out what it is you want to achieve, see it, feel it, repeat, 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 and which you will then believe, and then take the actions on the things that are presented to you. I feel like I'm missing a page here. I feel like I'm missing a page. Where did it go? Oh, I don't know where it went. Huh. All right, fine. Well, there was a whole thing on, yeah, let me go over here. Nope, guess it's not in here. About vibrations and certain, because I talked about the guilt. Oh, there's a chat. Oh, someone just said thank you. She really needed it. Well, that's my intention, is to say the words that help you respond differently to tomorrow's event. Hopefully. Nobody's going to be perfect, but you're welcome, Charlene. I'm glad it helped. But the vibrations, if we feel guilty, it's a lower vibration. So we're attracting more lower vibrational things. Feeling gratitude and joy and love. These are higher vibrational things, which we're going to attract more good things. So when we can practice our gratitudes and practice being in love, or looking for the positive side of things, the glass is half full, and really setting that intention. The power of intention is huge, guys. So if you set an intention to find things to be grateful for and to practice writing those out each night, it will help with your identity as well. All right. Anybody have any questions or thoughts or concerns or comments? Feel free to unmute. Who's
I
cooking?
don't have a.
Go
Oh,
ahead,
sorry.
Iris.
I don't have a question about the information you gave. I thought it was really helpful for especially like a pep talk for tomorrow. But I do have a question more specifically about a food I used this last week, and I wanted to see if it was okay. It looked like it checked all the boxes, but it's a an almond flour tortilla. So have you heard of those? And is this an appropriate time to ask?
That's the perfect time to ask. And that's exactly what these calls are for. I have a topic, but then if I'm talking about mindset and you have a question about almond flour, by all means, that's what these calls are for. So the answer is almond flour is a far better choice than regular white flour. Dr. Infantino doesn't recommend it until after 12 weeks. I would say if you're at least at 6 weeks, and say, for example, tortillas are traditional for Thanksgiving. If you were to have an almond flour tortilla at your Thanksgiving tomorrow, instead of a white flour one, I would be happy with that. I would not recommend it those first 6 weeks because it's real critical to truly go all in with 100%,
Right.
to get gut right. You know, the dairy, the sugars, the glutens, those 3 are the just absolute important, not in the first 6 weeks, to get the gut right. But if it's after 6 weeks and it is Thanksgiving, like a special occasion, it'd be fine. But generally, if you were to ask him, Dr. Infantino, because they are somewhat processed, but they're lower glycemic and they're not going to gut like the wheat flour or the white flour would. Wheat and white flour are the same thing. The white flour is wheat flour, so it's still gluten. It's still, if you mix white flour and water together, it makes paste.
Uh-huh.
That's what we're putting in our gut when we
Yeah.
eat a white bread or a wheat bread.
Well, he did send out that recipe book, and that was really helpful. Did you see that?
I
It's got
briefly saw it, and I saw some things on there that, like
it's
I
really
just said,
great
yeah,
alternatives. Yeah. So no, that's great. And I'm on day 76, so I'm going through the motions, feeling good. So yes. Woohoo.
that's. I'm
Thank you.
so glad you're feeling good. That's the most important piece.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, not everybody. A lot of people want to lose weight. A lot of people want to get off their meds or fix their gut, but just feeling overall, we're raising the quality of life.
Yeah.
It's the quality of life. So awesome. I'm super excited for you. And thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sylvia, for your comments.
Thanks.
Anybody else have any other questions, mindset or otherwise?
I have a question.
Yes.
I had texted you about that the weight loss products on the website. Is that something we should do?
Some people do it simultaneously with this program, but you guys are taking such a boatload of supplements. So for me, generally speaking, the first 3 months, the supplements that you're currently on now are all designed to either pull the toxins from your body or put the stuff in that's likely missing. So that's what these first 3 months are all about, is getting the body detoxified and regulated. Then I would suggest doing the rapid weight loss kit if you haven't reached your weight loss goal, and it's more than a couple of pounds, then I would say get the weight loss kit, but I would do that after. The weight loss kit it's all fat burners. That's all it is. The first, this that you're taking now is like I said, detoxifying and putting in the good stuff, but those are all just fat burners. So now you go from detoxifying to just fat burning. And let me see. Oh, jeez. It's got 7-keto DHEA, which is a fat burning powerhouse. Green coffee bean extract, again, helps burn unwanted fat as energy. CLA, which is also a fat burner. It helps the body convert food into energy more efficiently and helps burn fat. The thermogenic appetite suppressant, which is the only thing you are currently taking. The appetite suppressant is not just an appetite suppressant, it's actually a fat burner. It has two jobs. So that's why I don't like you guys to stop that unless you just are so full you can't eat anything. But that comes with that. And then
You
also
said that we are taking that now or we're
the
not?
appetite appeaser, yes.
Okay, because that one on his website said thermogenic, but the one we have doesn't say that. But you're saying it's the same thing?
It's the same thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the raspberry ketones. That also helps facilitate weight loss, enabling the body to burn fat easier by increasing your body's production of fat burning hormones. So I personally, just because number one, let's get your body detoxified and clean and good, and then go into fat burning mode after starting in week 12 and then taking those. Some people do it simultaneously, but man, I don't know how you're going to get food in your belly if you're taking all those supplements. You need real food. Your food is your medicine. Your food could be your poison if you're going down the wrong aisles of the grocery store, but it can also absolutely be your medicine.
Okay, thank you.
Great question. I thought I answered that, but I apologize if I didn't. I think I was just rushing to get on this call. Who else? Anybody? Going once?
If no one else has a question, I have one. It's a personal question, so it's about scheduling a meeting. So I apologize if this is the wrong time. But I'm going to be done on December 3rd, and I couldn't get an appointment with you until December 2nd. Is that okay?
That's
Um,
perfect.
I don't need to do it earlier than that?
No,
No? Okay, great.
you're all set. That's perfect.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, because then it's just basically what I do on the transition call is I talk about how to introduce the gray area foods, if you even want to. You know, we figure out, did you reach your goals? If not, then I'm going to, well, whether you did or whether you didn't, I will then recommend some supplements. I might just recommend a vitamin D and call it a day, or I usually will recommend an omega-3, but or if you still have a lot of weight to lose, I might recommend the rapid weight loss kit, like Lynn was just talking about. Depending on whatever else you tell me is going on in your body. Having owned a vitamin store, I got a 3-year education, so I know a lot of things that can help a lot of conditions. So I could give you some ideas of stuff if you're interested in that kind of information. Whatever you want to get from me in that 25, 30 minutes, it's your time. So yeah, I think right before you quit, it's a perfect chance. It's just that if you want to get more supplements, that always takes about a week or so, depending on where you are in the country. All right, anybody else? All right, well, I want to thank you guys for being here, and I want to wish each and every one of you a very happy and healthy Thanksgiving, and just make your best choices. Practice in your mind. Give yourself some leeway, and also give yourself some limits, your own, and it's personal limits that you've instilled for your own self. So maybe you allow one bite of this or one sip of that, or whatever you choose to do. You're all adults. But stick to whatever. Oh, I have chat. Someone's in the chat. Someone else said happy Thanksgiving. Thank you. Thank you. Same to you, Lynn. So yeah, happy and healthy Thanksgiving, and you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you guys all next week. Bye for now.